Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, I think it's Finestkind? Finestkind. Finestkind? I don't know, to be honest with you. I just learned of this movie literally last night. And, I mean, it's on Paramount Plus. And it has Ben Foster, Toby Wallace, Jenna Ortega in it. Tommy Lee Jones. I mean, I didn't even know Tommy Lee Jones was in it, but I know the other three were in it. Clayne Crawford is in it. Oh man, so a lot of good people in it. It's only 5.8 on IMDb. Only 2,100 people rated it so far. A crew of fishermen tread dangerous waters when their deals start piling up. I don't know. 2 hours and 6 minutes long. It's a little long for a weeknight movie, but I'm just too excited. I love Ben Foster. I like everybody in this movie, so let's see what it's about. I'll let you know. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Finestkind, and I tell you what, I really enjoyed this movie. Now, that being said, I get the scores to 5.8. Is that what I said? Which I think is awful. Tim Daly is also in this. I forgot to mention. If you've ever seen Wings, he was in that, and I recognize him. There's a lot of good people in this. Oh, of course it doesn't. What did I say it was? It was. One second. Sorry about that. I think 5.8. Right? 5.8. I think is a very, very low score for this movie, but I totally understand it. This is one of those movies where I think I'm more excited about its potential than I am about the actual movie, because I think for anybody, they're going to see a lot of the flaws in this movie that take away from a great premise, right? So this movie, of course, it has fishermen, but it's more about father, son, and brothers, family, but really more the male side of the family, and there's mothers and girlfriends and all that kind of stuff in it, but it's really more about the father-son relationships and two brothers who are trying to reconnect. I don't know why I picked up my phone. Oh, I know. And so, there's just some things that some opening flaws that I'll point out to you. Even though it's a 2-hour-long movie, it felt rushed at times. Like, connections, I guess. I'm slipping on the words, but I'll just give you it's not a spoiler alert, but obviously Jenna Ortega's in it, and Toby, whatever his name is, so he comes back into town. Let me just back you up real quick. Comes back into town from college to meet his brother, who's Ben Foster, wants to go out fishing with him, even though he's, on his way to law school, in some time, but he wants to go out fishing, and he wants to experience that, and, get closer to his brother. That's how it all starts. And, one thing leads to another, and they have to do different things in order to, make money quickly. So that's the bare minimum of the plot that I'll give you. Now, during this, as he comes back into town, he runs into Jenna Ortega, who, seems like a small fishing town, whatever. And they meet, say hi to each other, and then they go to a party and they kind of meet each other. And I'm okay with, whatever they do on their first date, but I mean, she dumps everything out on him, and it feels like it was forced. You want that relationship you want to see that relationship grow, whatever, and be strengthened, and that's the big part of this movie was the two of them. But it just felt like she just met him and says all this stuff to him, and it just felt like, that's what I mean, like very, very rushed, like in the same day, like as he's or in the same togetherness time frame, almost the same day. She's like, I need to know, do you think I should go to community college? Like, they haven't even said 10 words to each other, and she's already sharing all this stuff and dumping all this stuff and asking him if she should go to community college. He's like, yeah, you're smart. How do you know? I've seen everything of you two being together, and they don't share it. There's a better way of making us believe there's that true connection and that kind of stuff. Other people have done it, and I always say I don't know if it's the writer, the director, or the actors. I felt the actors were good. I think the writing is there. I just think it gets into, there's other, maybe directors, I'm not saying it was a director, there's other movies that are able to do that in a short time frame, and have you be like, yeah, these two were meant to be together, and I believe it, and now let's move forward with the movie. So, that was one of the biggest glares that I found. I think I wrote something else out too. Now, there's some other pieces that, if you watch it, you'll understand a little bit more, which is hard for me to share without getting into spoiler alert. But there's some gaps, there's some holes. Not the ending, but I'm gonna have to get into it without, because it's really hard for me to share. I just think that I say this a lot in my movie reviews. I would have loved somebody give me this one, because I really do like it. I think it's great. I'm probably gonna give it a 7. That's how much I liked it. But I know, because I think part of the reason I'm giving it a 7 is because I know what I would have done to change this film, or at least made suggestions to change this film to make it a 7 or an 8. It's there. It's all there. It's just missing something. So so there you go. I think it's a great movie. I was trying to think. Anyway, but so check it out. I don't know if there's anything else I could share. Sounded like there might have been a good soundtrack. There's a lot good to this movie. I have to get into spoiler alerts. I can't. I'm tripping over my words. So if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want to hear any more about it, thank you for tuning in. But definitely check it out. It's worth the watch. If you've seen it or you don't care, stick with me. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Okay, right? So a lot of the gaping holes that you can easily fix. I talked about the relationship when, okay, let's get past that. The shooting in the kitchen, right? Come on, right? Okay. I think that's there's just a hole there. How does that happen and that they continue to move forward without any other things happening from that? I'm just not buying that, right? So that's one piece. What happened to the guys, the fake cops? Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe that's not important to the film. The importance of the film is the father's coming back in, and saving and stuff like that. Maybe that. I don't know. But, I'd like to learn more about that and understand that a little bit more. There's an opportunity there, I think, to improve the overall story. And then the final scene. So, not a big deal, but when Toby, the younger brother, is talking to Tim Daly, his dad, and he's talking to him about, hey, give me $100,000. All right. And it comes out and says, I'll be your partner kind of thing. That felt like I didn't believe it. I didn't feel that they had the father-son relationship that he's going to be like, yeah, now this is what I want. It didn't feel like that. That has to be fixed for that to happen. And part of it, I think that maybe the compromise that might have helped that is, hey, maybe I'm not going to go back to Boston University, but I'll continue law school and I'll do it online like everybody. I'll have 10 days on the boat, I'll study on the boat, I'll do it when I have time and stuff like that, but I really want to do this and be with my brother, and then I can do this, you know what I mean? And then maybe they partner. I don't know, you got to figure something else out there, just not give me $100,000, I want to go fishing kind of thing. And then he's like, I'll be a business partner. It just didn't feel genuine to me. It didn't feel like it fit there. I think there's something there. I love the fact that, hey, now the father's coming back for his son, in that case, just like Tommy Lee Jones did for Ben Foster. Fantastic. I love that. I love the bridge turning. I didn't know what was going to happen there and what they did there to salute. Love all that. I just think there's so many little nuances of this film that you could have just added a little here or there, spent more time there, and I think other people would have maybe seen that and rated it higher. I'm not sure why the 5.8, but I see the potential in it, so I encourage you to check it out. Maybe you'll like it as much as I do. I'm hypercritical on films that I like the most. And I'm sorry for the long review, but it was worth it. Long movie, 2 hours and 6 minutes. So, alright, that's it. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.